going straight across to Amit Shah's mega roadshow in Chennai live. These are visuals on your screen. He is campaigning for Khushbu Sundar, who has joined the BJP from the Congress party. Take a look at the mega rally in Chennai ahead of the Tamil Nadu Assembly elections. This is Amit Shah's roadshow. The visuals on your screens right now ahead of the Tamil Nadu Assembly elections. He's taken part in this particular roadshow. He's campaigning for Khushbu Sundar. Pramod Madhav is now joining us for the very latest. Pramod, what's the itinerary looking like? It's a high-octane show right there. With the rally, we see scores of BJP supporters lined up in this rally in Chennai right there ahead of the assembly elections. More than the rallies that are many in number, what is the mood looking like as far as the electorate is concerned? Because what we see on our visuals are the BJP supporters at the moment. Pramod, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Chaiti. This is at Thousand Lights constituency where the Home Minister is currently standing behind us. He's on that Aisha, and here we have the road show. This is almost a 600-meter road show, which is expected to go for 40 minutes, and he's actually campaigning here amongst BJP supporters for Khushbu Sundar, the candidate for Thousand Lights. And here you could see this. Earlier, 2 days ago, he had a campaign at Karur where he put forward a question asking if Tamil Nadu wants Udayanidhi Stalin or if it wants development, and he claimed that the central government and AIADMK government have worked towards the welfare of the people, and same points he has put forward in various other rallies, I think.
That's right, Pramod. If you could also walk our viewers through the visuals that are coming in. Who all is Amit Shah flanked with? How many scores of supporters are there? What is the itinerary looking like? Pramod, are you being able to hear me? We'll re-establish that connection right there to Pramod Madhav, who's reporting right there from the rally. He's right there where the rally is taking place, where Amit Shah is supporting Khushbu Sundar. Remember, Khushbu Sundar has joined the Bharatiya Janata Party after leaving the Congress party, and this is a mega roadshow right there, a rally in Chennai that you see on your screens at the moment. It's a big show of strength coming in from the Bharatiya Janata Party ahead of the Tamil Nadu Assembly elections. We'll get you more on this rally and Amit Shah's itinerary in just about a bit. But if you see, there are scores of supporters that have gathered right there to support the mega rally of the Bharatiya Janata Party right there in Chennai. This is a roadshow that you see on your screens right now. Of course, these are BJP supporters who are flanking Amit Shah, who are the supporters of the Bharatiya Janata Party and, of course, AIADMK in many ways as well. We'll get you more political reactions on this. We'll get Pramod to get us up to speed with the very latest on what is going on right there in Chennai. But this is ahead of the assembly elections. Amit Shah canvassing votes for Khushbu Sundar, campaigning in such a huge way right there. Pramod Madhav is back with us. Pramod, what's the mood on the ground like in Tamil Nadu?
Well, Chaiti, you could see behind us the BJP cadres are over here. This is a very important location at Chennai called as Tenampet, and this is where the roadshow is occurring currently. In Chennai, the BJP is contesting at Thousand Lights and Harbour constituency, where Amit Shah was there yesterday night, the Home Minister, and he canvassed votes for the candidate Vinod P. Selvam. And in Chennai currently, this is Thousand Lights constituency, and behind us you could see in that Aisha van, we have the Home Minister Amit Shah, candidate 4,000 lights Khushbu Sundar, John Pandian, an Alliance Party leader, and also various other leaders, including AIADMK, Sai the Pet candidate, Sai Duresami, all are present over here. They are also expecting Home Minister Amit Shah to speak today as well, just like he spoke in Karur. There he mentioned about DMK and took a jibe at the dynasty politics allegedly, and it is expected that here also he would provide the same pointers here.
Yes, and Amit Shah is, in a southbound pole rally. Of course, it's Tamil Nadu. Next, he will also be heading for Kerala. And at the moment, the visuals that we are getting you are from Chennai, where he's in support of Khushbu Sundar, who is the BJP candidate. They're participating in a massive roadshow. And Pramod is with us. Pramod, when is he likely to leave for Thiruvananthapuram? Because that seems to be on the card for him today.
Well, here in Tamil Nadu, Amit Shah is going to do road shows and programs at two different locations. One is at Chennai for the day, and the other one is at southern part Tirunelveli. Also, he's expected to go for the day, post which he's going to go to Kerala as well. A jam-packed day is for the Home Minister at Tamil Nadu. 2 days ago also, it was the same scenario. Here, BJP leaders at the last leg of the election, several road shows and other programs have been planned over here. Finishing this at 1,000 lights.
Programs planned as well over there in Chennai, in Tamil Nadu. So what are these other programs? And I'll take the other question as far as Kerala is concerned with a reporter from there. But as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, what are the other important programs lined up today? Pramod, are you being able to hear me? So there you see a lot of cohesion on ground of the Bharatiya Janata Party right there. You've got Amit Shah campaigning for none other than Khushbu Sundar. This is a big shot in the arm coming in for the AIADMK as well, of their allies. And we'll get you the more on the ground with Pramod as well, who's got his finger on the pulse as far as the electorate is concerned, and what the sentiment running amongst the electorate looks like. At the moment, we're getting you live visuals from Chennai. We're getting you live visuals from a mega rally that is being conducted by the Bharatiya Janata Party in Chennai ahead of the Tamil Nadu Assembly elections. Akshay Nath is joining us. Akshay, if you could tell us what are the other important programs lined up for today? We're getting visuals live of the roadshow in Chennai. What are the other important programs that Amit Shah is going to be a part of in Tamil Nadu?
Well, Katie, today Amit Shah will be participating in this road rally that is started at 1,000 Light, a very important constituency in central Chennai. And interestingly, it is going to be contested by BJP's Khushbu Sundar, who recently joined the party from Congress. And she will be the candidate there. So around 12:50, he will be then at Tirunelveli in another constituency in Tamil Nadu. And, this is going to be a very jam-packed time for the BJP, especially with the aim of making inroads into the state of Tamil Nadu. They have been doing everything possible. In fact, we saw yesterday Prime Minister Narendra Modi was here in different parts of the state. Similarly, we're expecting JP Nadu to be there tomorrow. So, across the state and across the length and breadth of Tamil Nadu, senior BJP leaders have been coming and campaigning. And today, Amit Shah's rally is going on in the city of Chennai itself. And it's a massive rally that is going on. Cheti, interestingly, we need to remember 1,000 Light is a constituency which has a majority Muslim population as well. But to remember is that it is a DMK stronghold bastion as well. So here, Amit Shah is campaigning for Khushbu Sundar, a first-time runner in elections. What will happen is something that we'll have to wait and watch. But interestingly, the kind of support that we're seeing on the ground level is huge. There's a massive crowd which is gathered here in Chennai where the road rally is going on, JP. So we are seeing that BJP has been able to pull a good crowd, but will they convert into votes? That's something that we have to wait and watch, JP. And apart from this road rally in Chennai that Amit Shah is doing, he will be flying after this to Tirunelveli in Tamil Nadu, and post there as well he will be having a road rally for another BJP candidate from the constituency, and after lunch he will be flying to Madurai, and from there he will be going to Calicut in Kerala. So that is the kind of jam-packed schedule that Amit Shah has in his kitty. In Kerala also he will be campaigning for the BJP candidate there. So
Yes.
it's going to be a jam-packed.
Just hold on to your thoughts right there. Akshay, I'm being told Narayan Tirupati of the Bharatiya Janata Party is joining us on the phone line. Narayan Tirupati, very good morning. Appreciate you taking the time out and joining us on this broadcast. We're seeing visuals of a mega rally of Amit Shah going in there for Khushbu Sundar in Chennai. My question here is with regards to Khushbu Sundar. How confident are you of a win for Khushbu Sundar?
See, 1,000 leads where Khushbu is contesting, she has done a massive work. She has worked really hard. She has met the people of that constituency, and people are very happy that Khushbu is contesting. And they never expected that Khushbu will come down to this level and ask for votes. So she has mingled with the public, and they have understood the Bharatiya Janata Party, the symbol has gone. Today Mr. Amit Shah has come. So definitely, I am very confident that Khushbu is going to win that constituency.
And as far as Khushbu Sundar is concerned, how confident are you of the BJP and the AIADMK as well? Do you feel there is a sense of anti-incumbency, or you feel that there is nothing like anti-incumbency in Tamil Nadu at the moment?
No, there is no anti-incumbency in Tamil Nadu. We have been saying, because both the central and state governments have done very well during the pandemic, and the people are very happy. And as DMK is an anti-Hindu party, and also DMK, which has been abusing women for the last, say, 1 week, definitely people are totally there towards BJP. And with Khushbu Sundar at the helm of affairs in that constituency, definitely I am very confident he is going to win. No doubt at all.
Right. You think that the AIADMK has performed phenomenally well in their tenure? Would you say that there is any scope for improvement as well going forward as far as your association with them is concerned? How do you see any kind of improvement in your governance from then to now or going forward?
See, AIADMK has done very well in the last, say, 4 or 5 years, and Edappadi Palaniswamy has earned a very big reputation among the public, and he has turned to be a good leader. So with the AIADMK doing well, BJP's all schemes, central government schemes have done very well in Tamil Nadu. That will definitely transform into bigger votes. So I'm very confident that AIADMK is going to be back in the power with Mr. Edappadi Palaniswamy as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
Narayan Tirupati, the DMK and the Congress alliance at this point of time, because they're coming in very strong as well. I mean, they sound very confident, as confident as you sound, that that's this level of confidence coming in from them as well.
No, see, as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, there is a very big hate for DMK, because both, Dayanidhi Maran, A. Raja, Udayanidhi Stalin, even Mr. Stalin yesterday, they have been abusing, they have been talking filthy about Tamil Nadu women. So 100% I'm telling you, Tamil Nadu women are very angry with DMK. There is going to be a big shift towards AIADMK BJP.
Okay, fair enough. That's how you feel about it. I appreciate you joining us right there with your inputs. Narayan Tirupati of the Bharatiya Janata Party with his inputs, sounding extremely confident of a win for Khushbu Sundar. Not just that, extremely confident of the AIADMK with the BJP alliance coming into power as well, saying that there is no sense of anti-incumbency that he thinks exists on ground. Akshay also with us. Akshay, of course, the DMK and Congress Party would not agree with what Narayan Tirupati is saying, and they've time and again exuded equal amount of confidence.
Oh, well, yes, Casey, what is happening here in the state of Tamil Nadu is that we're seeing the AIADMK government has been in power for the last 10 years, of which the last 4 years was led by EPS. And what has been the allegation by the Congress as well as the DMK is that the EPS government is not the kind of government that the people of Tamil Nadu had voted for. And in fact, that will be acting against Edapadi K. Palaniswamy and his alliance partners, is what the DMK and Congress have been repeatedly saying. And they've also alleged that the corruption that they say the AIADMK has been involved in, and also the anti-incumbency factor, the 10-year period that the AIADMK has been here in, will lead to a change, and that change would be the DMK. But, Chetan, we will have to see very closely that in the last 10 years there have been ample changes in the political scenario. For instance, the demise of both the stalwart leaders of the Dravidian party, Jayalalitha and Karunanidhi, has left with them, and it is a question as to who will be filling that vacuum, which Dravidian party will be able to take the mantle forward. They are big questions, but when you see the Lok Sabha polls in 2019, DMK had a clear mandate, and that is a kind of an indicative factor which the DMK and Congress are saying will be repeated during the upcoming polls, which are on the 6th as well. And as far as the people and the pulse here are concerned, most of the opinion polls, most of political analysts are saying that there is an edge for the DMK-Congress alliance, but BJP, who is trying to make inroads into the state in the absence of the two stalwart Dravidian leaders, might be also successful, is something we are given to understand, Preeti.
No, whether it is the Congress or the BJP, it is the Dravidian parties that are at the center stage. One with the AIADMK and DMK, needless to say, and you'd agree with me right there, Akshay. And like you mentioned, there is a vacuum that needs to be filled as well. You've been having your finger on the pulse. Who can fill the vacuum that has been left by J. Jayalalitha at this point? Which leader?
Who can fill the vacuum is a very, very difficult question, Chethi, because these people, Jayalalitha and Karunanidhi, have been into active politics and have won the heart of the people of Tamil Nadu for a really, really long time. And be it M.K. Stalin or EPS, both of them do not have the charisma or the persona which was there among Karunanidhi or Jayalalitha. But for one thing is very clear, M.K. Stalin, being the son of Kalinger, is an added advantage, and that tagline he has been using in most of his campaigns as well. And 50 years of political experience and being in the limelight, M.K. Stalin does seem to be having an edge and is much more a popular figure than Edapadi K. Palaniswamy. And we can't leave aside Edapadi K. Palaniswamy also. He's having a story of rags to riches, and common agriculturist becoming a chief minister of the state is the kind of tagline that EPS is using, saying that he is a commoner who's grown up the ladders. So, both of them have their own kind of advantages and their own kind of agendas that have been put forward. But it is up to the people of Tamil Nadu to decide who will they be backing. And interestingly, in the last 4 years, the Edapadi K. Palaniswamy government have been able to manage to complete their entire tenure. As soon as Edapadi was made the chief minister of the state, there was a lot of statements which reverberated, saying that he will not be able to pull through. But, proving many people wrong, Edapadi has come out as a very strong, tactful, and also a person who has been able to complete the 4-year tenure period. So, all those people who had been rebels within the party have also started to support Edapadi Palaniswamy. For instance, one of the rebel MLAs who had gone along with OPS was Mappai Pandirajan. But recently, while talking to India Today, he very clearly said that the people in the party, the people in AIADMK feel that Edapadi has grown as a leader, and he's taken over the mantle from J. Jayalalitha. So, have the people of Tamil Nadu accepted that? That is something that we have to wait and watch. But it is very clear that at least the top leadership within the AIADMK thinks that EPS can be a man whom they can bet their money on. So, even the BJP for that matter, the reason why they've endorsed Edapadi K. Palaniswamy as a chief ministerial candidate is because of the kind of support he has within the top leadership of the AIADMK. And, very clearly, Amit Shah and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have repeatedly said that EPS will be the CM stage for the NDA in the state of Tamil Nadu.
Absolutely, and there's always a comparison made as far as Stalin is concerned, whether he fits into Karunanidhi's shoes or not, and that's always going to remain a big question, and only time will be able to tell in case he wins and forms a government to know that he can or he cannot, so that remains to be a big question even now, and Khushbu Sundar leaves no stone unturned in taking these kind of jibes at the DMK.
Oh yes, Khushbu Sundar has been doing her groundwork as well. She has been with the DMK, then the Congress, and now most recently with the BJP. And it seems like, Khushbu, once given a ticket from Thousand Lights, has been on the ground, has been going around and talking to the people, and she has double advantage. She knows what have been the disadvantage of the DMK as well as the Congress, and she's using that in her advantage. And apart from that, the sitting MLA of sitting MLA of the constituency, Thousand Lights, was a DMK candidate who has now joined the BJP, and he is in fact endorsing for Khushbu Sundar in most of the campaign rallies. So that is a different and an interesting side as well. And another interesting factor is cinema and politics. They have always been hand in glove in the state of Tamil Nadu, and Khushbu Sundar, with immense number of male as well as female supporters, has also that advantage on her side. And
all right, Akshay, hold on. Priyamvada is also joining us. She's a consulting editor from Tamil Nadu. For a better perspective now, Priyamvada, there was a time where we could not see BJP on the map as far as Tamil Nadu politics is concerned. If you remember, BJP's Tamil Nadu unit also never made way into any kind of national debate or any kind of discourse. But look now where things have changed, with none other than the Union Home Minister right there with this massive poll blitz right there in Chennai, with the kind of supporters lined up around him, with Khushbu Sundar, the female candidate, who is being pegged to be the voice of women, and in full support of Khushbu Sundar right there. So somewhere, of course, you can't leave Dravidian politics aside, but the BJP's support to the AIADMK and the kind of show that they've put up, somewhere giving a run for the money to the Congress and the DMK.
I would say that the Dravidian politics, the kind of state that Tamil Nadu was, where only two Dravidian parties rule, has definitely changed, especially after the demise of former Chief Ministers J. Jayalalitha and Mr. M. Karunanidhi. Things have completely changed now, because you could see that it's a very, very planned and a dedicated effort of the BJP, I would say. It is working for the last couple of years, slow and steady, after which AIADMK and BJP got into an alliance. And we've never heard of the history of BJP getting 20-odd seats to contest in the assembly elections in an alliance with the Dravidian party. It's happening for the first time. That itself gives a huge boost for the national party like BJP. In fact, only Congress had this privilege of contesting in more than 40 seats or 68 seats along with the DMK. That too, we know that in Tamil Nadu, the era started with, the governance started with the Congress party. The Congress has been present here for many, many years. The BJP could not make the inroads, but I think in the last 3 years, they've definitely made an inroad, and be it the parliament election or the by-election, or the local...
I'm very curious, Priyamvada, one thing, whether how comfortable is a big national party like the BJP okay with... All right, hold on. I'm coming to that question in just about a bit, but Home Minister Amit Shah is speaking at the moment in Chennai. Let's listen to what he has to say and we go back to Priyamvada.
एक सेकंड चलो बोलिए सर किस प्रकार के समर्थन मिल रहा है अरे माइक गिर गया ना माइक गिर के बोलने माइक गिर के बा शांति रखिए माइक गिर के
क्राउडिंग इन नहीं है सो मेनी सिक्योरिटी पीपल सर किस प्रकार के समर्थन मिल रहा है माइक गिर गया ना माइक गिर के बोलने शांति रखिए
1000 लाइट कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी के सभी मतदाता भाइयों बहनों को वणक्कम नमस्कार। भारतीय जनता पार्टी AIADMK प्रत्याशी जिताने की अपील करने के लिए आया हूँ। तमिलनाडु का विकास तभी हो सकता है जब भ्रष्टाचारी और परिवारवादी डीएमके और कांग्रेस को हम हराए। मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में पूरे देश में जो विकास यात्रा चली है वो विकास यात्रा ही महान एमजीआर और जयललिता के सपनों का तमिलनाडु बना सकती है। यहाँ पर मुख्यमंत्री पलानीस्वामी और डेप्यूटी मुख्यमंत्री पनीरसेल्वम ने बहुत अच्छे से विकास करने का काम किया है। विशेषकर कोरोना के खिलाफ लड़ाई में तमिलनाडु अग्रसर रहा है और बहुत अच्छा काम तमिलनाडु सरकार ने किया। मैं तमिलनाडु की जनता को अपील करना चाहता हूं कि एक डबल इंजन सरकार बनाए जो तमिलनाडु सरकार के साथ साथ भारत सरकार का भी तमिलनाडु के विकास के लिए उपयोग कर सके। तमिलनाडु के सारे मछुआरे, तमिलनाडु के सारे बेरोजगार युवा, तमिलनाडु की महिलाएं और तमिलनाडु के आस्था में मानने वाले सारे लोगों का अगर संरक्षण कोई कर सकता है तो एआईडीएमके बीजेपी अलायंस ही कर सकता है। तो मैं तमिलनाडु की जनता को अपील करना चाहता हूं कि पीएमके, एआईडीएमके और बीजेपी के प्रत्याशी जहां जहां पर भी है प्रचंड बहुमत के साथ उनको जिताएं और 1000 लाइक कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी के सभी मतदाताओं को अपील करता हूं कि हमारी प्रत्याशी श्रीमती खुशबू को बड़े मार्जिन से विजयी बनाइए। खुशबू आपकी कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी की भी चिंता करेगी, आपकी भी चिंता करेगी। वणक्कम, धन्यवाद।
Amit Shah right there, sounding off the poll bugle in Chennai, flanked by his supporters, standing by with Khushbu Sundar. This is a roadshow 3 days right ahead of Tamil Nadu, going in there to cast their ballot, to cast their vote. This is a mega rally. Take a look at the scale and size of this particular rally of the Bharatiya Janata Party right there in Tamil Nadu. If you've got our reporters with us, let's go straight to our reporters. All right, we'll go to them in just about a bit. For now, we're slipping away.